My family was a joke, a bad one. It never felt like a real family. Growing up, I always felt like I didn't exist. My sister Sarah was the favorite. She was pretty, full of confidence, always smiling. Everyone looked at her. Mom and Dad acted like she was something special. Me? I was just there. Plain hair, bad skin, quiet. They gave her everything. New clothes, a good school, birthday parties in hotels. Me? Nothing. Some years I didn't even get a birthday cake. I asked Mom once and she said, "We don't have money right now. Sarah's party is for both of you." But my name was never on the invitation. No one ever told me happy birthday. When it came to school, they told me to work harder, so I did. I got scholarships, worked part-time jobs, studied a lot. But no one said anything. No one cared. Sarah started dating Josh in high school. Then she broke up with him. Later, Josh started talking to me. He seemed nice. I thought maybe he really liked me. I thought, for once, someone saw me and not just her. Then one night, we were at a classmate's party. I needed to pee, but the bathroom was full. Someone told me there was another one in the guest room. I opened the door by mistake, and there they were, Sarah on top of Josh, kissing, all over each other. "Sarah?" I said, my voice shaking. She looked back at me with this smug smile. "Oops, didn't know you were here." Josh stood up. He didn't look at me. "It's not what you think," he said. But I knew what it was. Then Sarah started lying. She told everyone I was trying to steal her boyfriend, said I was the one who ruined things. She made it all sound like it was my fault. And Mom and Dad? They believed her. "You're just jealous," Mom said to me. Cold, like I was nothing. "Josh was never yours." I felt like trash, like I didn't matter at all. But Sam was there, my best friend. He found me crying by the school gate. He didn't ask anything, just walked beside me and took me home. "You're not nothing, Rhea," he said quietly. "They just don't see you. But I do." Those words, they stayed with me. It was a small thing, but it meant everything. He always took my side. Years passed. My family still acted like I didn't exist. Then one day I came home from school and the door was locked. I tried my key. It didn't work. They changed the locks. I checked the windows. All locked. No note, no call, nothing. They had gone on vacation, without me, without even telling me. I just sat on the steps. It was cold. My phone was dead. I was tired and hungry and confused, and I kept thinking, am I not their daughter too? What am I to them? I cried. A lot. Until I fell asleep right there on the porch, shivering. The next morning, I walked to Sam's house. When he opened the door and saw me, he looked scared. "Rhea, what happened to you?" I didn't say anything, just shook my head. He didn't ask more. He let me in, gave me hot soup, and told me to rest in his sister's room. He never made me feel like a burden. Not once. After I finished my diploma, I left home. I rented a small, cheap, run-down room. No one in my family said anything. But I could see it. They were happy I was gone. Like they were finally free. They always looked at me with disgust. I even heard Sarah say, "We should celebrate now that Rhea is gone." I didn't understand. I was their daughter too. I never did anything wrong, but just by existing, it felt like I was a burden to them. Later, Sam and I started working as sales clerks in supermarkets. The pay was low, but I felt happier than I ever did at home. Living alone, I had my own room, my own peace. I could eat what I wanted. I could sleep without fear. I was free. Living with my family felt like a cage. Every move I made, they watched. I couldn't eat with them. I always ate alone in the kitchen. They gave me tiny portions, just a little rice, maybe some noodles. But they ate like kings. Big plates of pork, beef, seafood. My parents were big, and Sarah, so vain, had her own meals like she was some kind of celebrity. Low-calorie, expensive stuff. When we stood next to each other, I looked like a ghost. Pale, thin, like a beggar beside them. After a year, Sam and I saved up enough money. We opened a small grocery store together on the outskirts of town. Not many people lived there, but people still came to our store. It was easier than going all the way to the city. We got lucky with the location. We worked hard. We lived upstairs, above the store. After closing, we'd eat simple dinners, rice, eggs, noodles. We were always tired, but there was this quiet happiness. The store grew, bit by bit. Sam and I ran everything side by side. One night, after restocking shelves, Sam brushed the hair out of my face. "You know I care about you, right?" he said. I nodded. "I know." We got married quietly in a small garden. No big dress, no fancy setup. No one from my side came, just Sam's family and some close friends. The grocery turned into a supermarket, then we opened another branch. We were so busy, but I felt alive. I was happy. Finally, my life was going somewhere good. Then, years later, my phone rang. "Hi, Rhea, it's Mom." Hearing her voice felt like getting punched in the stomach. "Dad's sick," she said. "He needs a bone marrow transplant. Sarah's pregnant and can't help." I took a deep breath and said, "I'm not your daughter." Then I hung up. That night, Sam held me while I cried. He knew how much pain they caused me. He calmed me down and said, "We'll figure it out." We called Henry, an old friend who works as a private investigator. We asked him to look into it. 2 days later, he called back. He told us the truth. Dad wasn't sick. Sarah wasn't pregnant. They were broke. Sarah lost a lot of money gambling, and my parents were deep in debt. I was so angry. This is the family I have? Lying, selfish people? Now they remember me, but only because they want something. My money. What did they ever do for me? Why are they disturbing my peaceful life now? I called my mom. "Stop lying," I said. "I know the truth." She started crying. "We're family," she said. I didn't expect that. I already accepted a long time ago. They're not my family anymore. "We are not," I said loudly. "Stop calling me. Why don't you treat me the same way you used to? Just ignore me." Then I hung up. They treated me like I was invisible. So now, they can keep doing that. They don't get to show up only when they need something. I felt so agitated after that. Sam held my hand and tried to calm me. I told him, "Sam, I don't know why they're trying to find me, or how they even found me. I don't feel safe. I have this feeling like something bad is coming." He looked at me and nodded. "Don't worry. I'm here. I'll protect you." Sam hired more security. Guards followed me when I left the house, went on business trips, or picked up our daughter Riz from school. Even then, I always felt on edge. Like someone was watching me. But seeing the guards nearby made me feel a little safer. After the New Year holidays, one dawn, I woke up feeling thirsty. I walked down the stairs toward the kitchen. It was dark. I didn't turn on any lights, but the outside lights were on. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a man jump down from the fence. He didn't see me. I froze. Then quickly I ran upstairs to Riz's room. I picked her up gently, still sleeping, and brought her into our room. I woke up Sam. I didn't say anything at first. I just covered his mouth and whispered, "Panic room. Now." We grabbed our phones and went into the panic room. It's hidden behind the wardrobe. Inside, we turned on the monitors. We saw that man open the small gate in the backyard and let 3 more men inside. Chills ran all over my body. I hugged Riz tightly as we sat on the small sofa. Sam came over and wrapped his arms around us. "I already called the police," he said, his eyes locked on the monitor, watching the intruders. Our guards were off duty that day. It was their holiday break. I didn't know someone had been watching us and waiting for the day we'd be alone. The men went straight into our bedroom. They had knives. They were ready to kill us. But when they saw no one inside, they started searching the place. They went through our drawers and took our jewelry. Then they started checking the other rooms. One of the men took out his phone and made a call, right in front of our camera. "Hey, Sarah, we're in. Your sister's not here. Are you sure this is her house?" he said. "There's no better time to kill them than now. I'll stay here. I'll wait for them to come home and finish the job." Then he hung up and put his phone back in his pocket. I felt sick. My stomach turned. Sam held me tighter. I could feel his heartbeat, fast and loud. His neck veins were bulging, his face turning red with anger. "Sarah, my sister, She's behind this. She wants me dead. Why? What did I ever do to her to make her want to destroy me and my family? My whole body was shaking from anger and fear. I was scared for Sam, for Riz. What if something happened to them? I felt helpless. I just prayed that the panic room would hold and that nothing would go wrong. Sam contacted the police again. He told them the intruders were still inside and waiting for someone to come home. He also sent them the camera footage, the man's face, and the phone conversation. Later, the police arrived and arrested all of them. Another police team went and picked up Sarah from her house. They took her phone and the man's phone. The messages were all there. Clear proof. They planned everything. Sarah wanted me and my whole family dead. Some of the messages even said she planned to take all my properties after my death and share it with the men who helped her. That was the plan. Kill me, kill Sam, and kill Riz, all so she could get my money. At the police station, I saw her. Hair messy, makeup ruined, face pale, but still pretending to look innocent. "Please, Ria, forgive me," she said, voice cracking. I stared at her. "You sent those men to kill me. You told them to kill my whole family. I will never forgive you. Go rot in jail." She looked down and said, "It's your fault. You didn't help Mom and Dad. You didn't give us money." I laughed bitterly. "Oh, so now it's my fault? Who gambled all your money away?" "I worked hard for everything I have. I earned it. I built it. I never got a single thing from you or Mom or Dad. You all treated me like garbage, humiliated me, ignored me. I was never part of your family. So tell me, why should I help you?" I looked her in the eye. "What you did is evil. Sorry is not enough. I'll make sure you go to prison. You deserve to rot and die in there." Then my parents arrived. They looked bad. Thin, weak, sick-looking. Not like how I last saw them, round and healthy. I had to look at them twice to even recognize them. They came up to me, asking me to drop the charges. I didn't say a word. I just turned around and walked away with Sam. Later that month in court, the judge looked at Sarah, serious and cold. "You paid men to attack your sister and her family with the intention of killing them. You're guilty, 20 years in prison." Sarah screamed, No, I don't want to go to jail." She turned to look at Mom and Dad. They stood up, shocked, but didn't say anything. They couldn't help her. As the guards dragged her away, Mom cried. Dad just sat there, frozen. I didn't feel happy. This wasn't revenge, this was justice. I left the courtroom. I just wanted to go back to my life. A month later, Mom came to see me. She begged me to drop the case against Sarah. I didn't say a word. I just looked at her and walked away. Then Dad came, shouting at me. "You're ungrateful," he yelled. I looked at him and said, "I'm not your daughter. I don't owe you anything." Then I added, "Do you even have a single photo of me?" He froze, because the truth was, they didn't. Not in their phones, not in their Facebook, not even in old albums. For all the birthdays they celebrated, not a single photo with me, because they never brought me. There was no space in the car. When guests came over, they locked me in the basement, like I was something to be ashamed of, like I didn't exist. Years passed after that. My life was finally peaceful. Everything felt calm. Riz was in high school. Sam and I were doing well. Then one day the police called. They told me Sarah escaped. She faked being sick during transport, and when they were taking her to the hospital, unknown men blocked the convoy and helped her escape. The police were already hunting them. They sent officers to guard me and my family. I called Sam, my voice shaking. I was so scared. He dropped everything and rushed to pick up Riz from school. When he got there, the police were already waiting. 3 Special Forces officers got into Sam's car with him and Riz. They wore full bulletproof gear and drove the car to our home. But on the way, 3 masked men stopped them at gunpoint. As the gunmen walked toward the car, Sarah suddenly appeared in front, standing there with a smug, evil look on her face. The police moved fast. In a sweep, they opened the doors and shot all 3 gunmen in the hands, making them drop their weapons. Then they tackled them to the ground. Sarah turned and ran toward her car to escape, but one of the officers shot her with a taser. She dropped on the ground, shaking. Then she passed out. Later that night, Sam and Riz got home safe. The moment I saw them, I broke down. I had been holding my breath the whole time, not even realizing it. I was just so relieved. 2 hours later, the head officer came to our house. He sat us down and explained everything that had happened. Days later, the truth came out. My parents borrowed money to hire the men who helped Sarah escape, but Sarah went further. She gave those men orders to hijack Sam's car and kill him. Luckily, they failed. 2 weeks passed. Because of the chaos, the escape, the attempted hijack, the city was on high alert. Everyone was shaken. The court moved fast. Even though they were old, Mom and Dad were sentenced to 10 years in prison for helping and conspiring in Sarah's escape. And Sarah was sentenced to death. The court said she was a danger to society, a threat that couldn't be allowed to walk free. When I heard it, I didn't know how to feel. This was my family, not just cold, but criminals. I was devastated. It took months before I could sleep peacefully again. Sam stayed close, always watching over me. Riz had finished school and stepped in to help manage the business. I'm so thankful for them. They stood by me, loved me, protected me when I was falling apart. Riz surprised us with tickets to Thailand. We stayed there for months. The people were kind, the food, the air, the peace. Everything felt healing. One evening, I watched the sunset. The sky was soft orange, fading to pink. Beside me, Sam and Riz were laughing, sipping cold drinks, and for the first time in a long time, I felt truly happy. The end.